In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use glute bridging to activate your glutes. This is an activation drill. It's not really a mass or a strength builder. It's to get the glutes firing properly. Knowing how to activate your glutes can also prevent low back pain. If you're going to reach for your toes and you have pain on the way up in your low back, it's probably because you're using your low back to extend instead of using your hips to drive extension. So just here's how you test. Reach for your toes, come on up. What do you feel? If you have pain on your low back, you're going to start by doing this glute activation drill. How often do you need to be squeezing your glutes? A lot of times people will have pain going from sitting to standing. That's definitely a time when you need to know how to squeeze your glutes, okay? Because when you are standing up from a seated position, you are going into hip extension. So you need to know how to squeeze your glutes. Once you know how to do this glute activation drill and you know how to feel your glutes doing the work, every time you're going from a sitting to a standing position, you need to squeeze your glutes. That's going to drive hip extension, not lumbar extension. So you're getting out of your car, you're going from a sitting to a standing position, you're going to stop, you're going to squeeze your glutes, and then you're going to move. Now, when you squat and you feel like you shift to one side or you squat down and one pelvis is higher than the other, it's likely because your glutes aren't firing properly. And this is a really easy way to fix it. So let's get to work. So this is how you glute bridge. I'll demonstrate real fast. You're going to just bring your hips up toward the ceiling. This is the end movement here. Now, we're going to use this as an activation drill, not a strength or a mass builder. So first you need to feel what is moving and what is not. So you're going to just bridge and see what you feel. Do you feel your glutes doing all the work? If so, good sign. If you don't feel your glutes doing all the work, not a good sign. Sometimes people will feel it in their hamstrings. Sometimes people feel it in their pelvis. Sometimes people feel it in the quads, or all of the above. All signs that you're not firing your glutes properly. So this is how you fix it. Now, what I want you to do is, if you felt your hamstrings doing the work, you can bring your heels closer to your glutes. Bridge again. See if that fixed the problem. If that didn't fix the problem, what you can do is drive through your toes. What do you feel? Okay, now if we're starting to feel some glute action, great. Now, if you're still not feeling your glutes do the work, we need to practice contracting our glutes by themselves without doing anything else. Now, what I want you to do is see if you can just squeeze your glutes by themselves without doing anything else. So squeeze the glutes. If you can, that's a good sign. If you can't, we have work to do. But this is a good way to start practicing, is learning how to squeeze your glutes. You squeeze the glutes for 5 seconds and then you relax. Now, once you know how to do that, here's the drill. You take a big deep breath in, you brace, you squeeze your glutes, you drive your hips, and you're gonna push your hands into the ground, and we hold for 5 seconds. Then we relax, then we do it again. Big deep breath in, then we brace, and you squeeze your glutes, drive your hands into the ground, hold 5 seconds. Good. We do it again. Big deep breath in, brace the core, squeeze the glutes, drive your hands. Good. So how often do you need to do this and when do you need to do it? This needs to be done daily. It doesn't matter when you do it, you just have to do it. You want to do 2 sets, 10 reps, 5-second holds. You definitely want to do it on leg day at the gym before you squat. But you want to do a test first. Do your squat. Do you feel uneven? Look in a mirror. Are you shifting to one side? If you can't tell, film yourself from a rear view. See what's going on. Then you're going to do this glute bridge. You're going to do 2 sets, 10 reps, 5-second holds, see, and then retest. Squat again, see if that cleaned it up. It should, it does a lot of the time. But again, you're doing it daily on your off days and gym days. 2 sets, 10 reps, 5-second holds. Remember, before we do any of these movements, we're doing a glute bridge, and we're going to pick something up. We're always breathing and bracing first, and then doing the secondary thing. So the glute bridge, breathe, brace, squeeze. If you're going from sitting to standing, breathe, brace, squeeze. If you're going to hip hinge and pick something up, breathe, brace, squeeze. We always have to breathe and brace first. So what that looks like is, if I'm in this seated position, I'm taking a big deep breath in, I'm bracing my core, squeezing my glutes, standing up. You're getting out of the car, you're taking a deep breath in, you're bracing your core, you're squeezing your glutes, and then you're moving. Remember, always start with breathing and bracing, then do the other stuff.